I guess it was September the 1st or 2nd of last year, the National Corvette Museum were inducted into the Corvette Hall of Fame, and just thank you. Fortunate enough to have my wife Linda and our 3 kids come to that event, and this surprise beast was unveiled, and it went on tour a little bit after the Hall of Fame event. Found its way to the SEMA show in Las Vegas in November, and then was moved to Spring Mountain to my school, where it has been ever since, and somehow it found its way here. It wasn't supposed to leave. It did, and thank you to the Corvette production team, and certainly Taj Harlan, and on the design side, Kirk Benyon, for this incredible piece. It was, I had not seen, I'd heard about it prior to the Hall of Fame induction day, and I was just awestruck when we rolled the cover off it. It's just, it's stunning. One of these days it'll find its way to Toronto. Our oldest son said, "Dad, we should drive it from Vegas." I'm sure you're going to want to, right? We're obviously still busy with the school out at Spring Mountain. It's about 45 miles west of Las Vegas, Motorsport Country Club. We're getting a new fleet of some 12s. We just got some 2012 ZR1s. And for those of you from north of the border, is that R1? Isn't it odd? ZZ. I think Z. Sorry, I shouldn't say that with my Canadian passport. Z sounds better.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Sounds faster. And our friends at Michelin, very, very helpful, and a big supporter of the school. It's been a lot of fun. One of the things that I started thinking about towards the end of the driving side on the Corvette was, and meeting lots of people like yourselves and other high performance car owners, was their lack of, having a car like that and the capabilities that these cars have today, and getting an opportunity to really experience in a safe and controlled way how to get close to the limit and understanding the performance capabilities. And when the talk of providing a school with the ZR1 came up, we were able to get involved. And one of the things that we're trying to do, and I'm committed to do, not just on the high performance side, but also on young drivers, is trying to make a difference in teaching people some driving skills, whether it's high performance or otherwise. And I've had a lot, certainly on the high performance side, I've had a lot of fun being out at Spring Mountain, and generally from late October to about this time of year. When you live in Toronto, it's not a bad place to go. But I'm there once a month, at least once a month, try to be there for a week, be part of our level 1 3-day schools, and then the 2-day advanced. Our level 1s run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the advanced generally Thursday, Friday. So that's keeping us busy. I've got an ownership piece of formerly Mosport International Raceway. About a month ago, we did a deal for naming rights, so it's now Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Canadian Tire is an iconic Canadian automotive retailer, and it's going to be great for the track, great for racing in Canada to have Canadian Tire supporting not only the facility but the sport in general. So that's pretty exciting stuff. And I will do a few NASCAR road races this year. So,
all right.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah, it's good fun. I saw Dale Jr. at the SEMA show, and I hadn't talked to him since the season for me was over. And he said, "You ain't retiring yet, are you?" I said, "Is that a job offer?" He said, well, yeah. I guess I'll stick around. So that'll likely be the case. The 3 nationwide road races. The first one is Road America, which is great fun. And if I finish second again, shoot me. And then Watkins Glen and Montreal are in August. They're back-to-back weekends, so that'll be fun. And the Cup thing generally comes together last minute, so I'm sure we'll be in at least one of the Sprint Cup races, likely Watkins Glen. So this weekend, it's another chapter in Corvette racing. The car this year. This is probably the biggest change we've seen since starting the new GT. Before it was GT2 and now GT class. And as you saw from the times yesterday, it wasn't that long ago where 2003 actually, 2003, breaking 2 minutes in a GT1 car had not happened, and it was 2004 before that happened. So they're now the cars are generally 2 to 2.5 seconds faster than they were last year, and a lot of that has come from the wider body, and a lot of work for the crew. Just widening your body 2 inches is easier said than done. Then you get an inch aside in terms of suspension, but that wider body and some of the changes in the shape have produced quite a bit more downforce. So the car's corner capabilities and that's been one of our strong suits anyway, and now it's even more so. The other interesting thing is they've allowed this goes for all of them, but certainly for us, with as clean a roof line as we have, being able to raise the rear wing 75 millimeters. Come on, ask me. How much is that? It's okay, I had to look it up too, yeah. 3 inches, yes. Which is substantial. That's, when you can get the wing off the, higher into the air. That's a good thing. So the cars are, according to Doug Love, chief engineer, Corvette Racing, he says that in their whatever, not the wind tunnel stuff, but the programming they've done to simulate the airflow, the car is making very, very close to the same downforce that we had in GT1. So that's pretty incredible. And here we are doing 159 flat for Ollie and a 58.9 for Yan, 158.9 with 100 less horsepower than we have in GT1 and 100 kilos heavier. So it says a lot for the team and their ability, what they've done with the car. Certainly with our Michelin partnership, they've been a huge plus. It was actually at this track in 2003 at the end of the season where we first evaluated the Michelin tires, and it was pretty incredible. We ended up, that was the first time we went below 2 minutes. They were, in the end, the Michelin tires were worth, depending on the track, anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds. So it's quite the story, and we get to tell that at the school a lot when the questions come up. But they are a fantastic company to deal with, and when your marquee event being on a global basis, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, you're in France with a French tire based company. That didn't hurt. Anyway. The race today, I know it sounds, and I just found this out, I didn't realize they were actually going to do, for the GT class on the pro side, 2 classes. So there's a WEC and then the LMS GT, which seems kind of odd to me, but the 2 Ferraris are ahead of us on the grid, but we were first and second in class. I mean, they're the same class, aren't they? But anyway. I know the team is focused on being the first GT car, not ALMS car. So it was one of they were sort of talking about it yesterday, and it was grinding that some of the guys yesterday. What do you mean we're first? Now we're 3rd and 4th. We're not going to let those Ferraris beat us.
Right.
Besides which, we're going to see most of the guys that are here that are doing the World Endurance Championship. We will see at Le Mans, and they're the best of the best. So it is an important part of the history of the Corvette, beating cars that are 3 times the price. on a regular basis. All good fun. But it continues to be ultra competitive. For the 60th anniversary, the guys are going to have to be very, very patient. 64 cars starting a race. It's a lot of cars. Don't be surprised with the record number of cautions, I'm sure, at least for the first half, until a few cars fall out of the race. But this is going to be a bit like video games for a while, and there's the performance differential in terms of speed between the GT class cars and the GTC Porsches, for instance, and even the P2 cars. In terms of straight line, they're all very similar, which makes it difficult. And as a driver, you just have to be very, very patient and make sure that in a race like this, that the moves you make, passing, and trying to deal with the traffic when the P1 cars are around, and certainly the P2 cars that don't have the straight line speed that you know, a lot of times what happens is that the P2 cars are similar straight line speed, but at the last second those come diving inside. So you really got to be on your toes and be sure that all the moves are high percentage ones. If you lose a few seconds, who cares? That's easy to make back up. But if you ding the side of the car and you got to spend some time in the pits, green flag laps, you're going to go down 2 laps. There's 4 minutes, and that's not easily gotten back. So patience will be the key, and the guys are pretty excited. The cars are fast, strong, and all the testing's gone very well. So we're all pretty optimistic, and it's a great day. And besides, we got all you passionate punchers. I do have what we've done with on behalf of the school and our Chevrolet, as well as Michelin, is the Corvette Corrals that I'm able to attend, which is the majority of them. We give away a 3-day school. Retail value $36.95. Which we are going to do. But just before, if you've got any quick questions, I know we're a bit of a tight time window because I have to take one of you for a ride in a ZR1 start of the race. Go ahead.
I understand you put some money into your track. What can we expect to see?
Boy, have we ever. It's good to have at least one very wealthy partner. Yeah, the short answer is, when we looked at buying the track made money, but it hadn't had a big injection of new facilities really since probably the 70s. And looking at when we took ownership, the response from a lot of the OEMs and automotive-related companies that are in that Greater Toronto area. You got to remember, there's about 6.5 million people in the Greater Toronto area. We're not that far, so there's a lot of potential. We just got to get the word out better. But on the OEM side, certainly there's interest on being able to use the facility a lot more, provided there's some 21st century entertaining capabilities. So that's in the plan. What we've done so far is you'll recognize Gate 3 is completely changed. You won't even recognize it. The registration cottage is gone. A lot of those walls are gone. There's a new asphalt entranceway and the new tunnel, which is very similar to the one at Road America. So now you can have 2 tractor trailers side by side to go into the infield, and it's where the little mouse tube was between turn 9 and 10. And then there's asphalt road through into the lower paddock. We've added a lot more asphalt in the lower paddock. The upper paddock is next. That won't happen until the fall. What we've got to do with the upper paddock is make sure that we're able to service all potential series. You know, how if we can get a big time NASCAR race, they do things very differently. Where the pit lane, the only time NASCAR ever uses pit lane is on a race day. They operate from the back of their trailer haulers. So the paddock area, what you see where the cars are here, is actually an active pit lane. When they come in and they go back to the paddock, put the car in the back of just in the area in front of the hauler, service it, and then drive back out of the track closer to the pit out. So that has to be, we've got to take that into consideration, because that has to be a fenced-in, secure area. And then on the FIA side, they really want garages right at pit, right at the edge of the outer side of pit lane. So it's keeping Carlo Fidani, he's in the commercial real estate business and has a huge team of people developing and architects, and so it's been great. We have where the Castro Tower is right now on the infield side. We'll have a new tower, drivers left, so it'll be on the outfield side. New tower for administration, media center, and corporate suites. So that's hopefully that'll be done by December of this year, and then that in that area, those suites will be able to open up to have conferencing, and that's a big. That was the first on the list of a lot of, certainly, it's in the backyard of General Motors and GM Canada. You know, if you guys can get us some conferencing capabilities, we'll use it, and that's income. But ask me in 5 years if this has really worked. Otherwise, if I'm delivering pizzas, it'll be in a white Corvette, probably. And please tip me well. Okay. Oh, you got it. Wow. You ready? 703782. Gotta be here to win. 703782. Oh, there we have the winner. Congratulations. Anyway, enjoy the race, everybody, and thank you very, very much for coming. The team loves the support you have, and certainly as a longtime part of the Corvette family, we appreciate your passion. Thank you.